Howdy, this is Joseph Figueroa, and this is a program logic model presentation of the Supportive Service for Veteran Families program, hosted by the American GI Forum National Parents Outreach Program. AGIF NVOP is a nonprofit charitable organization with a mission to serve the needs of veterans, their families, and other needy individuals of the community. AGIF NVOP provides services in Dallas, El Paso, Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio, and its headquarters and key administrative functions such as accounting and management of information systems are located in San Antonio, Texas. SSVF addresses the veteran homelessness challenge in El Paso and San Antonio. According to the VA, even though veterans only comprise 9% of the adult population, 11% of homeless adults were veterans in 2017. According to the National Coalition for Homeless Veterans, 1.4 million veterans nationwide were considered at risk of homelessness. Congress established SSVF in 2011, and the program has reduced the number of homeless veterans by 49% from 2010 to 2018. Despite this progress, El Paso and San Antonio are still experiencing veteran homelessness. According to a one-day census mandated by the Department of Housing and Urban Development in January 2018, El Paso and San Antonio experienced 81 and 228 homeless veteran households respectively. However, these figures underrepresent the number of homeless veterans. They only comprise a one-day snapshot and don't include veterans at risk of homelessness. In addition, the figures don't include veterans not identified by census teams or whose shelter stay wasn't recorded in the homeless management information systems. Not every organization serving homeless households participates in HMIS. Barriers that contribute to homelessness include lack of income and access to health care. SSVF addresses homelessness by providing funds to attain permanent housing or to prevent a veteran from becoming homeless. In addition, SSVF coordinates with other agencies such as employment grants and healthcare providers to establish a plan for the veteran to overcome existing barriers to attaining and maintaining permanent housing. The following is an overview of the SSVF logic model diagram. The logic model diagram provides a visual representation of the basic components of the SSVF program. In the following slides, we'll discuss target participants, resources, activities, outputs, and the short, intermediate, and long-term outcomes. The SSVF program is targeted towards particular households. These households must meet the veteran criteria as defined by the VA. They must be very low income. They must be homeless or at risk of homelessness as defined by the VA. And it is important to note that these veteran households may also be experiencing other barriers to permanent housing, such as lack of income, access to health care, and substance abuse. The key resources required to deliver the SSVF program include the VA to provide funding for the program, HUD to provide funding for the homeless management information systems, community agencies which identify potential participants and refer them to the American GI Forum, the American GI Forum staff, which consists of intake certification specialists, case managers, housing coordinators, outreach specialists, and accounting. In addition, the HMIS lead agencies provide for the HMIS database maintenance and management. Property owners and organizations with permanent supportive housing actually provide the permanent housing dwellings that the veterans will be moving into. And employment centers and healthcare providers also provide key resources because they provide the support to overcome the additional barriers to housing. The key program activities include identifying veterans in need of the services and referring them to AGIF and VOP, determining participant eligibility, identifying the barriers and establishing a housing stability plan to overcome the barriers to permanent housing. And this includes referring participants to the appropriate agencies to overcome those barriers. Another activity is to coordinate with property owners to make housing available to homeless veterans and to allow veterans at risk of homelessness to remain in current housing. A critical activity is to pay the property owners and the vendors required to make housing available and to establish general housing stability. And lastly, a critical activity is also to provide HMIS database maintenance and management. The SSVF program output shouldn't be confused with its outcomes. According to W.K. Kellogg, outputs are the product of the program activities. In other words, what is the amount of product or service delivered by SSVF? Also, according to W.K. Kellogg, outcomes are the specific changes in the program behavior, knowledge, skills, or level of functioning. In other words, what benefits are the participants gaining from participating in this program? The outputs for SSVF are to enroll 595 households in the program and to place 80% of them in permanent housing. The SSVF program is designed to achieve three outcomes. The short-term outcome is to reduce veteran homelessness. The intermediate outcome is to reach functional zero for veteran homelessness. Functional zero is achieved when the number of homeless veterans is no greater than the housing placement rate. In other words, for every new homeless veteran that is identified, the city has enough resources to provide them with permanent housing. And the long-term outcome is to eliminate veteran homelessness completely. There is an established causal link between SSVF program and the desired outcomes. SSVF has reduced the number of homeless veterans by 49% from 2010 to 2018. And the key to achieving the desired outcome is the SSVF program not only provides for permanent housing, but also coordinates a plan to overcome barriers such as income and healthcare access. SSVF contributed to San Antonio declaring the functional end of veteran homelessness in 2016. El Paso hasn't achieved this intermediate outcome yet. The following are the things to consider in the evaluation. As newcomer Hatrie and Holy indicated, the challenges should be anticipated during program evaluations. One of these challenges may be lack of support amongst the leaders at AGIF, and this is due to two reasons. If this evaluation is perceived as solely for compliance, the organizational leaders are going to say, why would we need another compliance evaluation? We already have an accounting firm that does this, and we already have the VA doing a compliance inspection in August of 2019. Also, evaluation fatigue may be a factor. The accounting firm and VA audits are requiring a large manpower investment. We're dealing with over 1,500 records, and program managers may balk at teaming with another evaluation team due to the drain on their staff. Another factor to consider for this evaluation is that the program evaluator is located in San Antonio and there aren't resources that allow for traveling. This creates a challenge to ensure that El Paso receives equal attention as San Antonio during the program evaluation. The team in San Antonio that's doing the eval needs to ensure that El Paso stakeholders, especially its participants, receive an equal level of attention. This concludes my presentation. Please don't hesitate to contact me at the following email address for any questions or clarifications.